Hello, welcome to Film and Television Examinations, where we talk about movies and television shows, old and new, along with different types of genres. And for our first episode, we are going to talk about the anthology genre. Now, do you know what the anthology genre is?
The anthology genre, it's basically a mix of a lot of different things. From what I know, at least, I'm not the biggest reader in the world, but I've read enough to at least get a concept of it. There's some examples are American Horror, there's Fargo, short stories. Those are three of the most popular versions of anthology genre. And I really believe that they influence a lot of people.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes, sometimes in a movie anthology, sometimes one of the stories can actually get stretched into a feature-length movie in its own right. Yeah, and anthology in TV and movies is different. In a movie, anthologies have what you call a wraparound narrative, basically a story like that, a segment that tells the stories each within its own story too. And for TV, it's usually episodic stories every season. But when it comes to shows like American Horror Story, what's different is that each season is a different story and all that. Like the first season is about a group of family who moves into a haunted house and all that. Now, some genres that are associated with the anthology genre is that it's even though horror is mostly the primary genre anthologies are on. You want to guess what others are?
What are some others?
Well, shows like the Fargo TV show, it's which follows a similar format to American Horror Story. It's more like different crime stories and all that. American Horror Story also has a spin-off called American Crime Story, and apparently they're also working on this one called American Love Story.
Yikes.
I know, but I think it's a biopic, something with JFK or something like that.
Yeah, everybody loves JFK.
Yeah. Anthology genres are usually it depends on how. Sometimes anthology genres are made differently. Movies like Creepshow are made with just one filmmaker, but more recently anthologies are made by more than one filmmaker. They all take their own segment and either write and direct or just direct it. You know,
it's kind of how most movies are made nowadays. There's no one director. It's mostly become a co-director type of era now. Doesn't matter what type of movie it is or TV show. It could be Skyscraper, it could be Jumanji, could be Halloween for all we know.
Yeah. And also, sometimes anthologies come together as a result of producers coming up with an idea. There's this one called ABCs of Death, and the producers came up with the idea of making a anthology about every single letter of the alphabet, and they just give it to filmmakers.
They could probably make that work.
Yeah, there's also this show called Into the Dark, which was made by the Blumhouse, the guys who gave us the Halloween series and the upcoming Five Nights at Freddy's movie. They basically give freedom to the directors and writers, and each episode is based around a holiday of the year. Even some holidays that you probably don't even know.
That sounds pretty neat, I'm not even going to lie.
Yeah, each episode its theme here is that each episode is actually its own TV movie.
Wow, that's something else.
Yeah. Apparently, there's even this one episode called Thanksgiving, and it's messy.
Yeah, I could tell just by the name.
Yeah. Now, some drawbacks of the anthology genre is that sometimes they can feel somewhat uneven at times, mainly because sometimes tones can clash, or maybe some director's vision is different from the other. Sometimes people like one segment over the other. You know.
Yeah, you can make things too dramatic if you don't piece things properly, and you just got to make sure that you fit the right piece to complete the puzzle, to make a good film, to make a good story. Everybody that goes out there and acts tells a story. That's how you appease the viewers and the audience. That's how you bring new ones in. That's how you just succeed as a whole.
Yeah, sometimes one segment could be very comedic. The next time, something very dramatic could happen. But that's the beauty of it. If you don't like one segment, then you can go to another one.
Yeah, you got a point there. It's really fascinating to me on how it just evolves over time. The anthology genre, it changes, but it also stays the same. Like they say, the more things change, the more they stay the same. And it's good that you keep balance too within them all. Put some humor in there. Why not? Doesn't matter if it's supposed to be dark or creepy.
Yeah, shows like Black Mirror and American Horror Story are kind of hidden satires on, basically things in society.
Yeah.
Well, that's all we have for today's show. We'll be back with more content for the next show, but for now, we'll see you next time.